Oh, good evening. Great to see you tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Lovely. So yeah, just inviting you to take a seat, take a pew, pull up a chair, or lay down or stand. If you fancy standing for tonight's practice, you can really just approach this however you wish to. So yeah, very, very warm welcome. And whether you tune in and it's your very first time or you've been practicing for some years, however it is, you're all very, very welcome. And yeah, just to reiterate that these live sessions, the short practices, are just really small droplets that I'm just doing in response to the situation we're in at the moment. Usually a mindfulness-based stress reduction course is over a period of 8 weeks, and we meet weekly, once a week, for around 2 hours with some meditation home practice as well. So yeah, there's a real opportunity to finish the 8 weeks with some real profound change. But I'm really hoping that by tuning in each night, as we have been doing now, this is our 5th week we're in, that you've been able to just get a flavour of how it might feel to live in a slightly different kind of way to the way that we usually find ourselves in, which is buzzing about at 100 miles an hour and not really paying much attention. So it's lovely to be here, and it's lovely for me to guide this at the end of a day. I do a practice in the morning, and then I really do look forward to this 8 o'clock slot as it's become in the evening as well. So thanks for joining in. So just allowing yourselves to become comfortable and settle into whichever posture, position you feel would be most supportive. And above and beyond anything at the minute, it's about really giving yourself some kindness and some gentleness and whatever the body and you need. So if sitting feels right, then just coming to sit, or if lying, then that's fine, whichever feels right for you. Laying, sitting, just allowing the body to become comfortable as you can. So different things going on for different people. It's a real mixed bag. People that are desperate to get back to life as it was or should be, and then people who are really enjoying this break. I spoke to somebody across the street today who said we'll never get another opportunity like this just to do what we're doing. So very, very mixed. And what you find sometimes is that we only want to really see kind of the good bits. We can be bored for a little bit, or we can be uncomfortable for a little bit, like we did the practice of the kind of gravity with the shoulders last night. But sometimes we don't allow ourselves to experience the full experience, which is, as a human being, a real wave of difference. So what's your experience as you show up with this intention to practice some mindfulness right now? What's your experience? Is it one of perhaps joyfulness, feeling of being happy and relaxed, or really opening up to the possibility of a range of emotions, sensations of fed up, agitated, sad? And this can change on a daily basis, and it can also change on a momentary basis. So we can expect to come to this mindfulness practice, and if we've experienced something really wonderful in a practice before, we may come to the practice and sit and feel different, feel like it's not as good. Oh, it's not as good as it was, or tonight's feels better than last night, or... But how is it if you were to just turn up and meet your full experience as it is, however it is, right here in the moment? We sometimes like to just filter out and sieve the good bits of our lives. So with the coronavirus and this situation we find ourselves in, it's almost like being invited into a retreat. So really allowing your experience to be as it is, because this is your experience, however it is. And just opening up to the possibility that you might be able to share this space with some discomfort if you're not feeling, blessed or relaxed or whatever it is. Just allowing the whole experience to be as it is. And then we can also play around with awareness a little bit. So just inviting you for the next few moments just to allow the eyes to close if this is okay. And drop into your experience of sitting or laying here. So really allowing a stable, secure base of the body with the weight going downwards, the height of the body going upwards, an elevated spine, the head balanced on top, and hands just resting either on the lap or the body in some way, or down by the sides if you've chosen to lay down. And with your eyes closed, just bringing a sense of awareness to the body and any sensations which might be here in the body in this moment. So inviting you to scan up from the tips of the toes in your own time. Just imagining that it's like a bus and the bus stops at various stops. So just allowing the awareness to stop, to pull over and tune into any sensations here in this moment and the experience of this moment. So not the moments before or any moments that may occur later. Just dropping by parts of the body in this moment. The kind of narrow focus of awareness. Stopping off at the back, shoulders, face, right until you get to the very tip of the head. So this narrow focus of awareness, really sensing into the body in contact with the ground, the seat, the bed, whatever it is. And then just very gently inviting you to open the eyes. And after being in such a narrow, focused awareness of the eyes closed and awareness of the body now, just allowing the gaze to open, and if you can see out of the window from where you are, just looking as far as the eye can see. So this real sense of expanded awareness. So you may see birds in the sky, you may see roofs of other buildings, trees, car parks, whatever it is, whatever you can see, as far as the eye can see. So then once you've got this real long distance, and even if it's in your room, if you've got no windows in the room that you're in, then just allowing the gaze to be at the furthest point away. So really this expanded awareness. And then just noticing colours, and go even further if you can. Go beyond, seeing as far as you possibly can in this expanded awareness. And then coming up closer, nearer to the body, noticing how this is. Objects close, perhaps flooring, clothing. A real narrow focus of awareness close up to the body. And then just once again inviting you to expand the awareness, to take in the wider, more long range perspective. Sky, trees, colours. As far as the eye can see in this expanded awareness. And then when it feels right to do so, just letting go of this kind of awareness, this looking in the distance, and just coming back to closing the eyes if this is comfortable. And if closing the eyes isn't, then just allowing the eyes to remain open but the gaze lowered towards the ground. And a sense of this body sitting here in this moment. And it's quite helpful to notice this ability and the opportunity to be very close up to how you are and to your experience in the moment. But then also to really allow this sense of expanded awareness as well. When we're living as we are in these times of being more constrained, confined than usual, we can feel sometimes quite kind of closed in with ourselves. So it's really quite helpful to use this ability to go between a narrow and expanded awareness throughout your day. Just as we're pausing and dropping into the moment this evening, you can invite yourself to do this a number of times a day. Tuning into the present moment often. Freeing yourself from the constraints of overthinking and sometimes the negative thoughts we get carried away in. This formal sitting that we do each evening is an opportunity to train, if you like, to train the attention, to train the awareness. But actually the whole day, the whole of your life can be an opportunity to wake up to this awareness, dropping in. You can set reminders on your phone to ping, to remind yourself to drop into the moment and just check in. How am I? What's here? What's my experience in this moment? So bringing a sense of awareness to the whole of the body, sitting or laying here. And then, if it feels right to do so, turning the attention to the flow of breath. And really bringing your awareness as best as you can to the sensations of the breath. And so anchoring the attention to the breath either in the nostrils. So really sensing into where the in-breath starts. And then turning around where the in-breath becomes the out-breath at the nostrils. Or perhaps you notice the rising and falling of the body with each in-breath and each out-breath. Imagining watching a sleeping animal or a sleeping baby, just noticing how the body gently rises and falls with each in-breath and each out-breath. And if anchoring your attention to the breath is uncomfortable in any way, then just allowing your attention to settle with whatever feels right for you. So it could be with the contact of the body, the chair, floor or bed. Really tuning into the contact points and allowing this to become the anchor for your attention. Or is it such a beautiful evening and it's still quite light if you're near an open window or open door? Or even you've chosen to sit outside, which is something you can do at any time for this practice, and tuning into the sounds, not going out searching for sounds, but just allowing your attention to settle with the soundscape, if you like. Noticing sounds which are quite close, perhaps sounds from your own body, or sounds from the outside. So not really thinking or fully engaging with the sound, just sitting here, following either the breath sensations or the contact of the body or the sounds going on around you. Could be bird song, could be traffic in the distance, it can be clattering about from the other people that you share your house or flat with. So just resting here in awareness itself, in stillness, allowing the body to be still as best as you can, and either following the duration of each in-breath and each out-breath, or allowing the attention to settle with the contact or sounds. Sounds near and sounds far. And if you notice very quickly that your mind has wandered off, then this is absolutely fine. This is just what minds do. They have a life all of its own. You're not failing at meditation. You're not doing anything wrong. In fact, you're doing everything just perfectly if you notice that the mind has wandered off. And then maybe being a little bit curious about where it's wandered off to. Perhaps planning, remembering, wondering, whatever it is. And then bringing the attention back to the focus in this moment. Either the breath, the contact of the body, or sounds. And it doesn't matter if the mind wanders off 100 times. Just gently but firmly escort the attention back. This wandering mind back to the anchor, to the present moment. Following the in-breath and the out-breath. Tuning into the sensations if this is slightly more comfortable than the breath for you. There's no shoulds, shouldn'ts, ought tos, there's none of that. Just really going gentle and easy with yourself. There's enough difficulty around at the moment, so really just allowing yourself to be really gentle and kind and tender. Placing your attention either with the breath or the body in contact or sound. Anchoring the attention to a focus in the present moment. Noticing if the mind has been hijacked by thought. And noticing if this kind of shows up in the body as well. So if you go to think about something, is there like an impulse in the body to move with the thought? Just simply being aware of this. And then gently realizing it and letting go and coming back to the anchor of the present moment. Mindfulness is the awareness which emerges when paying attention to the present moment with things as they actually are. With kindness, curiosity, and just over and over again, coming back to this moment. And just warmly congratulating yourselves for giving yourself this 20 minutes. This time to restore, replenish, nourish, and part of really taking good care of yourself, a sense of well-being. We very often give ourselves to so many other people, but don't very often give this kind of time and caring to ourselves. So really warmly congratulating yourselves for giving yourself this time to be in stillness and awareness. And then as the practice starts to draw to a close, just inviting you to just allow sound or the breath or the touch points of the body just to fade. Letting go now of that focus of the present moment. And expanding the awareness to take in a sense of the whole body, sitting or laying here. And if the eyes have been closed, just allowing the eyes to open. Taking in any sights, any colours, textures, shadows. So yeah, just drawing the practice to its close. And yeah, the benefit of mindfulness I could talk about for forever and a day. I was filled with anxiety and depression probably 10 or more years ago, and I was actually housebound with it. So for me, the practice of mindfulness has actually given me my life back, and yeah, it's been really incredible. So, you know, I've got a website you can look at. There's plenty of stuff on Google. There's some really fantastic, phenomenal teachers out there. There's lots to learn about mindfulness that I can't possibly share in these very short slots. So if you're interested at all, then there's plenty out there. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will be back tomorrow around about 8:15, because we'll be going outside and clapping for all those fantastic, wonderful heroes who are doing what they're doing for everybody at this moment. So it'll be 8:15, and it will be a half-hour practice, so it'll be till about 8:45. And yeah, get your comfy on if you want to, get your jimmy jams on and bedding out, quilts, pillows, whatever. And the invitation for tomorrow, during the day, is to, I don't know whether you've ever got to the end of a beautiful cream cake or, I don't know, a pint of your favourite drink and thought, oh, I could just have that all over again, because you weren't actually paying attention when you very first started to eat the cake or drink the drink or whatever. So the invitation tomorrow, if you want to take it on, is to notice as you start to eat or start to drink, really try and stay with it for the full duration of the eating or the drinking. Really, and then notice if your mind wanders off like it does within this formal practice. And then, just savour it. Savour the whole duration and see how you get on with that. So once again, if any questions arise from the practice, do message me. I can see there's a few people from the past joining in and watching, so just give me a little message. It'd be lovely to hear from you. If there's anything worrying you about the practice, I'd like to hear about that. We can chat about it, and you're welcome. And if there's anything that you'd like to share, then it would be great, because normally it's a face-to-face kind of two-way relationship, so it'd be great to hear anything. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you at 8:15 tomorrow. Bye for now.